En DFF greindi frá því í dag að hingað til lands væru á leiðinni hollenskir innistæðueigendur Icesave-reikninga. Gerard van Vliet í forsvari fyrir 400 hollenska Icesave-reikningshafa sem vilja fé sitt endurgreitt. Sjálfur átti van Vliet 420.000 evrur á Icesave-reikningi sem verja átti í hjálparstarf til Keníu, en með honum í för eru fleiri hollendingar sem töpuðu fleiri tugum milljóna króna, húsnæðinu og námssjóðum barna sinna. Van Vliet og fleiri hollenskir reikningshafar ásamt tveimur kvikmyndatökuliðum komu hingað til lands seinnipartinn í dag til að leita svara og Elsa Maria hitti þau í Leifsstöð.
Mr. Van Vliet, what is your agenda?
My agenda is talking to the receivers of Landsbanki to know what the liabilities are and what the assets are at the moment, because the amount of the assets is extremely important for everybody that has to be paid. If you're a saver at Landsbanki, or you used to be, it's not broke yet. We still have a bank license, so there must be something in the bank. And of course, we want to know what's in the bank. And of course, we want to know from the government officials if all the statements that they made, the emergency laws, everything they said about the foreign bank policy is still valid.
And are you expecting to get any answers or reactions?
Well, if it's the same answer as we've been reading all along, then we don't have any problems, because first of all, there's a statement that all the depositors in the bank will be handled first, before everybody else. So that's a comfort already. And if you know how many money is available, that could be a comfort as well. And of course, what we're also here for is talk to the Icelandic people in order to see whether they have the same problems as we have.
So you have set up some meetings with government officials?
Yeah. They've been arranged for us.
And how does this affect you personally?
Extremely. For me personally, I had 420,000 euros in an Icesave account. It should be used for a development project in Kenya for coconut farming, which means that 15,000 farmers were going to profit of our investment there, and 100 people should work in the factory. We needed the 400,000 out of the 420 for that project, and the money is gone. So the whole project at the moment is not going through as it is.
Is the people of Holland angry about this?
I think on average there's a problem understanding what's going on. It's international crisis, it's a little bit Dutch flavor, it's an Icelandic flavor, and most of the people have a very hard time in understanding what's really going on.
The Icelandic public doesn't want to pay off these amounts since they had nothing to do with the Landsbanki's international expansion. Do you feel compassion with the Icelandic public?
Okay, maybe I would react at the same way. At the same time, we've been talking a lot about it. What would happen if, on an international level, we would have the same solidarity? Would we pay for somebody else as well? There's already the gesture of the Dutch government in order to pay for the money that Iceland should pay to the small savers, to the small saving account holders. So you got to solve this in solidarity. If this will be a negative part of the Icelandic history, without blaming it on anybody, it will stay forever. And you should get rid of it. It shouldn't be a negative part. The perception of people is going to be negative if this is not being solved correctly. And I think there are easy ways to solve it. I think there's a lot of money available. If we look at the balance sheet of Landsbanki at midterm, in June, there was about 30 billion in assets available. And of course you can't cash it right away, but it's there. So somewhere there's a lot of money. And somebody should manage it in a way that the Icelandic people get their money, the foreign, the British, as well as the Dutch people get their money.
Had you been Icesave customers for a long time?
No, only a week.
Only a week?
Only a week.
And how much did you lose?
I lost 150,000 euros. And my safety.
Yeah, and I lost 200,000 euros. I just sold my house, and there's a new house being constructed, and I was the money was on Icesave, so I could withdraw it as soon as the constructor needed new money to finish my house. So that's a problem for me now.
Well, for me, I sold my house to use the money to pay the study of my children, because I have three children who are at college, and now it's hard to pay everything.
Do you feel angry about this?
yes, I do feel angry. I feel, well, it's more powerless. I mean, you feel angry, you feel like you didn't do anything wrong, because when we put our money on iSafe, of course we checked, is this a trusted bank? Now, Iceland is a trusted country in the Netherlands. So we didn't have any indication that we were taking a huge risk. I don't know who to feel angry to. Is it? I mean, there's a lot of things happened in the Netherlands with the authorities who should look after banks in general, and very little information is coming from them, from the role they played and the information they had about Iceland, about the Icelandic bank. So there are a lot of different stories, and I think it's very important to come here and to hear the Icelandic side of the story, because in the Netherlands it's very easy to blame someone who's on the other side of the sea, so that's why we are here, to do fact-finding and to see where we can find a solution.
Fulltrúar breskra sveitafélaga sem geymdu fé á reikningum Landsbankans og Glitnis koma hingað til lands á morgun til viðræðna við núverandi eigendur bankana.
Fjölmörg bresk sveitafélög lögðu rekstrarafgang sinn á reikninga hjá íslensku bönkunum í von góða ávöxtun, en nú gætu þeir fjármunir reynst glataðir. Sendinefnd á þeirra vegum heldur til Íslands á morgun til að leita lausna á málinu. Innistæður bresku sveitafélagana hjá íslensku bönkunum námum 1 milljarði punda, jafnvel 200 milljarða íslenska króna. Kent-sýsla eitt þessara sveitafélaga og fulltrúar hennar vilja vonum fá peningana sína tilbaka.
There are two councils being represented, Kent and London Barnet, and they're going out to talk to the receivers of Landsbanki and Glitnir. And this is really about fact-finding to find out what the assets are, what the liabilities are. And we, as well as Barnet, are acting on behalf of all of the local authorities similarly affected.
Do you have any particular demands that you are proposing?
No, but we just want to, first of all, find out the facts. But, of course, we'd like our money back. But this is the first of many, many meetings. It's going to take some time. We have to start somewhere, and this is the start of what will probably be quite a long process.
For your council, how much money is at stake here?
There's about £30 million. So it's a large amount of money, but for an organisation that spends some £2,600 million a year, it's a relatively small amount, but it's still a large amount of money, and so we clearly want to get our money back.